Happy holidays and welcome back to the first episode of the 2020-21 season.
This year, due to COVID-19, we'll be bringing you the show from our own houses. This week, we introduced the quote of the week, a segment talking about an important and inspirational quote and how COVID-19 has changed someone's life.
And then we'll talk about 3D printers and how they can be more than meets the eye. I'm Madison Katke.
And I'm Andre Gatlin. All this and more on this season's premiere of SHS Today.
Last time on SHS Today.
Well, that's all the time we have this week. I hope you enjoyed the show. I'm Lucas Barron.
And I'm John Harrell. Make sure to follow us on Twitter at SHS Today, as well as YouTube and Instagram at Celine Video.
Also, remember, tune into Hornet Nation next week for their season recap.
Have a great week, Hornets.
And after 10 months, we're finally back and can now say, welcome back to
SHS Today.
As our first segment, we will introduce the quote of the week. Andre goes more into detail and talks about how COVID-19 has some positive effects despite many negatives.
Hello, my name is Andre Gatlin, and today I bring you the quote of the day. Today I picked a quote that I thought was motivational, especially because with everything going on in the world today with COVID and all, we all need a little bit of motivation. Today's quote is, "Don't count the days, but make the days count." The reason why I picked this quote is because everybody's already doing school from home and eventually we're going to get shut down again. So instead of us moping around and complaining about being in quarantine, we can use quarantine to our advantage by taking on new hobbies like playing sports, creating new things, and even starting our own businesses. I know all of this because I saw it firsthand. My sister was a 20-year-old EMU student who had a great job. I even interviewed her so she can tell you how she used quarantine to her advantage.
So prior to quarantine, I was a full-time student. I was still able to have in-person contact, in-person classes. I was also a server, so I was working at Olive Garden. I was still able to, tend to my normal guests and all of that. I was actually living on campus, so I had to move home as well.
And what things / activities did you do to fill that time?
Well, since I had so much time, I ended up starting 3 businesses while in quarantine. So one business was a graphic design company. The other one was a cosmetics company. And the last one is a new venture that I'm getting into, which is Forex.
So you would say that quarantine worked in your favor?
Yeah, I would definitely say that it worked in my favor. It allowed me to, one, have more time to be able to spend with my family and to still be able to do things that I wanted to do and still make money.
So in conclusion, take control of your situation and turn it into an advantage. I'm Andre Gatlin, and I'm reporting for SHS Today.
That story certainly takes a totally different viewpoint of the virus we're all used to and shows us that every cloud really does have a silver lining.
Have you ever wondered what 3D printers are used for and what this technology can make? Madison talks about how 3D printers can help people adapt to life easier, especially in this current pandemic.
3D printers are a huge part in today's society, from creating simple things like vases, coasters, and little piggy banks to things that can help someone in the long run. I talked to Mr. Vasiloff, a consortium teacher here at Celine, about how 3D printers are important in today's world.
3D printing has some really great things that are applicable to specific industries. Realistically, most people don't 3D print things and then mass sell them. That's going to be something that's extremely useful.
If you have this technology on hand, then you can make so many different things to help the people around you. Prosthetic arms, small bioprinted organs, and more. But if you want to go small, you can make mask buckles, which can help make wearing masks in public much more comfortable.
COVID hit, I had just got a 3D printer and I made face mask buckles. Well, a lot of people were complaining about the masks on the back of their ears. I had people reach out to me about making an insert that you can put into your mask so that it doesn't come up against your nose or your mouth when you're wearing one. Yes.
It may not seem like it, But 3D printing is so much more than making small items to place around your house. They can be used for so many different things, and some of these things just might make someone's life a whole lot easier. I'm Madison Kaki reporting for SHS Today. Back to you in the studio.
Even though this technology isn't very common, people who have access to these machines can create so many different things. Madison, where did you come up with this idea for the story?
I've been using my 3D printer a lot more since quarantine started, so I thought this would be a great opportunity to introduce how 3D printers are important.
And how long have you had your 3D printer?
I got it last year for Christmas, so almost around a year. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for this episode. Tune in on January 8th for our next episode. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter @CelineVideo and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Celine Video. Also, be sure to check out our next episode of SHS Today, out right now. I'm Madison Kaki.
And I'm Andre Gatlin. Have a happy holidays and a happy new year and a great winter break.
We'll see you next year,
Thank you,
Hornets.
Hello, Celine. Welcome to the first show of SHS Today. Ever since life was put on hold because of the pandemic, we couldn't wait to be back in the studio. I'm Brittany Warren.
And I'm Dawson Higgins. We're excited to bring you a story about what's going on with our fellow students, starting off with Tina Pham, giving you an in-depth look into students' work life during COVID. Next up, I talked to some students to find out how they're doing virtually learning, and lastly, introduce you to a resource that can help you relax. Life has changed after COVID-19 hit Saline, Michigan. As we carry on through this pandemic, how has student work life been affected, and what ways are working students staying safe? Now we bring you two students who are currently working during this pandemic.
Hi, my name is Tina Pham, and I'm interviewing students about their work life during COVID-19. Today, I have here with me.
Hi, I'm Joe Walder, and I do cleaning services during COVID-19 for older people.
Hi, my name is Sophia Hantel Miller, and I'm a junior in 11th grade, and I work at Burger King.
What does your workplace do to keep you and customers safe?
So every time we enter the building, we have to have our temperature taken. We have to wear masks all the time. The customers who come in have to wear the masks. We have to answer questions every single day, basically asking if we are sick or came in encounter with somebody who has corona. And then we also have to wear gloves all the time and wash our hands every 30 minutes.
What is your experience so far working during COVID-19?
It's a bit uncomfortable compared to before due to the masks and stuff, and just being around older people since they're higher risk. Just being around them kind of scares me that I might give them something. So for me personally, I really love my job because I like working with old ladies, and it's really fun to just sit down and talk to them and hear their stories, and especially during COVID-19.
That has been students' work life during COVID-19. Remember to stay safe, Celine. I'm Tina Pham. Back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Tina, for letting us know that our students are staying safe while they work. According to Walden University, 30% of high school students are employed. If you're working during the pandemic, remember to stay safe.
You know, Dawson, I've been curious about how our fellow students are doing during COVID and what they think about virtual learning.
Well, I got that covered. I'll be taking a look at how students have been handling online school. It's hard to believe one try of school has already passed us by, despite being so different. As we enter another couple weeks of online-only learning, the only thing we can do is reflect on how we improved for this try and the chance that we still have the quarantine. To see what people want to see changed in this upcoming try, I interviewed a few students about their experience with the previous trimester. Do you have a specific reason why you chose hybrid over online?
Mainly because of my need to focus. It's hard to focus when just doing online because of when I'm at home, there's a bunch of distractions around me.
Most interviewees imply that the toughest part of this try is not being able to focus at home, but is there even really a way for teachers to help that?
Anything you would recommend teachers would do, or?
Don't give your students too much homework, but I'm not saying don't give them any homework, but give them enough because it's vital that you do.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it's been easier. I feel like some of the classes have been harder for other students, like physics, because a lot of the learning for science is hands-on, and they don't have access to that right now. So
I think they've been doing fine. They're doing the best they can. I think they should go a little more lenient on their stuff, but otherwise, they're fine.
As we get farther into the winter season, we'll get to see how this trimester plays out. Many teachers are working to improve how things work this time around. This has been Dawson Higgins reporting for SHS Today. Stay safe, and I'll see you back in the studio.
Although this year has been tough, we're 1/3 through the school year already. Remember to stay focused and do your best in your classes. If you need help relaxing during these stressful times, the counselors have set up a website to help students relax with music, art, puzzles, and more. If you're interested, check your email for Principal Raff's messages about the Calm Room. That's all the time we have this week. I hope you enjoyed the show. I'm Brittany Warren.
And I'm Dawson Higgins. Tune in next year to learn about how teachers work around COVID-19 and how you can raise chickens.
Be sure to follow us on Twitter at SHS Today, or as well as Instagram, and our YouTube channel at Celine Video. Have a cool winter break, Hornets. You don't like my puns? How cold, Dawson.
Have a great day, Hornets.